guys, so for today's video I wanted to do this fun New Year's makeup look. I decided to do a cut crease with this look just because I think it is so New Year's appropriate and I cannot wait for the new year to start. I'm so excited. I'm actually going to a hotel with Jake and my whole family this year. We cannot wait. We all had so much fun on the cruise together last year, so we really wanted to do something together again. So for today's look I wanted to do this New Year's makeup tutorial that you see right here. Keep watching if you guys want to see this New Year's inspired makeup look. I'm sorry it's very early in the morning while I'm filming this, so if I have very tired eyes, that is why. Alright, gonna put on my little headband. And then we can get started. I want to go ahead and skip to the eyes, but just so you guys know, for my primer today, I did use the Makeup Forever Step 1 Base Hydrating Primer. And then the concealers I used today were the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. And then I also put the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Sand over top and on my highlighting areas. Alright, so what I want to do is a cut crease. So I'm actually going to go ahead and take the RCMA No Color Powder. I'm going to take my Morphe G30 brush, and then this is how I'm going to keep it from having any fallout and how I'm going to keep this into a cat eye effect. I've shown you guys this before a few times. Those of you that are new, this is the best way if you don't want to do the tape thing to keep a good cat eye with your eyeshadow. So I'm just going to go ahead and stamp this in and trace it as if I'm gonna make a cat eye. And you're gonna want a good hefty amount of powder when you do this. And then I'm actually also gonna go ahead and stamp this in on my under eye as well. Just in case we do wind up having any fallout, I can clean it right up and just swipe it away. All right, now that our eyes look freaking crazy, I'm gonna go ahead and dip into the Jaclyn Hill palette. The first shade I'm gonna dip into is this shade Silk Cream. I'm gonna go ahead and take my Morphe E30 brush. I'm gonna try to mainly just focus this color in the crease. And then I'm also gonna drag it out. And this is the color that can stay the highest in our crease. As we gradually get to darker colors, you're going to want to get lower and lower in the crease just so everything blends together seamlessly. And then drag it out to get that cat eye effect. Now I'm going to dip into the shade Butter from the same palette. And I'm going to grab a more precise brush. I'm going to grab the Morphe M433 brush. And then again, just a little bit lower in the crease, but still enough to where it's not covering my lid. Because remember, we want to do a cut crease. And then again, just going to drag that color out very lightly. I'm going to take this gray shade right here from the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette, and I'm just going to go ahead and start adding this as well in the crease, and then again, a little bit lower, and then again, dragging that color out. So we want this cut crease to be just a little bit darker. Now I'm just going to go ahead and dip into that even darker gray right here from the palette. I'm just going to tap that very lightly on my brush, because again, I want this to show, but not too much. I don't want too much pigment from this. So again, a little bit lower in the crease, and then I'm going to very lightly blend that into my crease. Ever so lightly, and again, drag it out. I'm just going to dip into that shade Silk Cream one more time, just so we can blend this out better, and then I'm just going to place this at the very top of my crease and blend out those shadows, just so it looks a little more seamless. And then just so we didn't lose that dark gray too much, I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit more. I'm going to grab this color Soda Pop. Again, same brush, Morphe M433 brush. I think this is going to add a little bit of a pop of color and just give us a little bit more dimension in our crease. And then again, just a tiny bit lower in the crease, and we're going to add this ever so lightly because this one is super pigmented and we don't want to go too ham with it. We just want it to be seen a little bit so that way we know it's there. Gonna take a little bit more of Silk Cream on my Morphe E30 brush and then blend out the top of that just so it looks a little bit more seamless and doesn't get too crazy, you know? Alright, now I'm gonna wipe away that powder from our under eyes. Now to make this cut crease a little bit more precise on the lid, I'm going to take the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I'm going to go ahead and put this on a precise brush, the M421 brush, and then I'm just going to go carve out my lid. For my lid color and just to cover up that concealer, I'm going to take the shade Obsessed here from the Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm just going to go ahead and apply the shade with my finger. And then I'm just going to cover that whole lid area that we put down with concealer with this shadow. Now I want this to be a little bit more silvery. I'm going to go ahead and take the L'Oreal Infallible shadow in the shade Silver Sky. And then again, I feel like the best way to apply this shadow is with your finger. And then I'm just going to apply that over top. I really wanted to do silver because I just feel like silver is such a New Year's-y color. I'm going to take some more of that color Soda Pop from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and then I'm just going to blend out those areas that too much of that shadow would have covered up. Now I'm going to go ahead and attempt to do a wing, even though I'm the worst at it on camera. I'm going to take the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Liner. Now, I want a little bit more glitter, so I'm going to take the NYX Liquid Crystal Liner in the shade Crystal Hip, I believe this is called. I'm just going to drag this over certain areas. I just want a little bit more sparkle. So I went ahead and added on the Camille lashes from House of Lashes. These were actually sold at Sephora. I was really excited and they were super cheap. I think they were like 11 bucks for these lashes. I really like the way they look with this look. Personally, I feel like they don't take too much away from the eye, but they're still very dramatic, which is what you want for New Year's in your lashes. All right, so for my lower lash line, I'm gonna take that shade Silk Cream again from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm just gonna go ahead and smudge this under my lower lash line. Now I'm gonna take that Kat Von D palette, and I'm just gonna go ahead and grab this light gray shade again. And the brush I'm using is the E24 from Morphe. It's just a pencil brush. And then I'm also gonna just smudge that all over my lower lash line. Now I'm gonna take that dark gray from the Kat Von D palette. This one I'm gonna keep more on the outer corners of my lower lash line and just blend it into those other colors. Just because I want my eye to look a lot more awake. Whenever I do my eye makeup, I like to make my eyes look wider. With this Morphe E39 brush, I'm just gonna dip into that shade Obsessed again from the Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm just gonna go ahead and drag this across my lower lash line, connecting to that darker shade. I'm gonna take that NYX liquid liner again. You guys, I honestly do not recommend these liners. I don't know if anyone else has this issue with these. It only burns for like 5 seconds and then it stops, but the burn is intense. So I am not going to recommend these. Definitely not. I'm just using them for this purpose. There are other better ones. I do want to use this glitter, so I am going to go ahead and trace it along where we put that color Obsessed. Until it dries is when it burns. It burns like hell until it finally dries, and then it just stops burning. For my lower waterline, I'm gonna take the Jumbo Eye Pencil from NYX in the shade Milk. For my mascara, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Man Eater mascara from Tarte. This one's the little sample one I got for Christmas, and it's so cute and perfect for the lower lash line, especially with these bristles. I'm excited to try this. Now for my inner corners and brow bone highlight, I just think this is a fun highlight shade, so I'm going to take the shade Opal from Becca, and I'm going to go ahead and add this to my inner corners just for like a nice fun pop of highlight. And then also to my brow bone as well. Now that the eyes are done, I'm going to get into the face. I want to use the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I'm going to go ahead and start with highlighting certain areas of my face because it is New Year's and we do want to have a fun, dramatic look. So I'm going to go ahead and start highlighting certain areas with this shade right here from the palette. I'm going to take my Morphe M438 brush, dip into that shade, and just start highlighting my under eye. And I'm going to drag that down. It's a kind of like a triangle shape. And this is just gonna make our eyes look a lot more open and awake. I'm gonna go ahead and do this to the center of my nose as well, and then my chin. And then also a little bit on my forehead. For my contour today, I'm gonna be using this shade from the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette right here. I believe the shade is called Subconscious. I love this shade for contour. I think it is the perfect contour shade. And then the brush I'm gonna be using is the Morphe M523 brush. I'm gonna start it out just by like contouring my forehead. Just the sides of my forehead, and it's going to make your forehead just look a little bit smaller. Now I'm going to go ahead and contour the cheekbones. So what I do, as I have said before in a few other videos, but for those of you that are new here, I start from the very top of my ear. I work my way down the cheekbone and I blend upwards. Always blend upwards, never blend downward. Otherwise, you're not going to get a chiseled, contoured look. Your face is going to look a lot bigger. gonna go ahead and contour my nose just a little bit on the sides here. I just add a tiny bit. I don't really go ham when contouring my nose. I just do it a little bit, and then I also brush the tip of my nose here. Now I want to be a little bit bronzier, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the Lorac Los Angeles Sundays bronzer. It has a little bit more of a shimmeriness to it, but not like glittery. And I just wanted to use this to go ahead and warm up the skin just a little bit more over top of that contour. The blush I'm going to be using today is the Tarte Amazonian Clay blush in the shade Party. I'm using this blush because this blush honestly does last all night long on your face, and that's what we're going to need for a New Year's look. Plus it's called Party, so it's perfect. And it's a really cute blush. It goes with pretty much every look, which is what I love about it. It's just a great everyday blush. I'm gonna go ahead and add this a little bit to the apples of my cheeks, and then I'm also gonna blend it into that contour. The highlight I'm gonna be using today is the shade Blue Moon from the Moonchild Glow Kit from Anastasia. I'm gonna go take my Morphe M510 brush, dip into that shade Blue Moon, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start highlighting our highlighting areas. And I wanted to use this shade just because I thought it was a fun color, and I mean, New Year's is all about having fun with your makeup, and I feel like it goes really well with the eyes also. Love these colors. It's so cute. I love fun highlights. I'm just such a fun highlight kind of gal. For my lip color today, I am going to be using the Tarteist Lip Paint in the shade Bestie. This is the most amazing formula. I picked this one because we're gonna need a liquid lipstick or a lipstick that is gonna last us all night long, and this one is definitely the formula for me that feels the comfiest and lasts the longest. Now over top, I really wanted a gloss, so I'm going to be using the Buxom lip gloss in the shade White Russian, my favorite lip gloss of all time. Now I'm just going to go ahead and set it all with the Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray. And I'm using the Chill one because I really want a pretty dewy look with this, and this gives you a nice dewy look but still manages to keep your makeup on all night long. And that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this fun New Year's Eve makeup tutorial. I really wanted to do something with a cut crease and some glitter this year. I am definitely going to be wearing this look on New Year's Eve. I cannot wait for the new year to start. I hope you guys have a wonderful New Year's. Please like and subscribe if you guys haven't already, and have a great rest of your night or day wherever you may be. I'll see you guys in my next video, and I'll see you guys in 2018. Remember, stay weird, my friends. Bye, you guys.